Yo, what is up, guys? Coach Joe, lead trainer of the Grindhouse Training Systems and founder of Zat Strength. Okay, so just got done a video just kind of talking about diet a little bit like that, and then what I figured is that you guys may like a video pretty much talking about how to get leaner and just be a lean and mean badass is what we call it in the Grindhouse, okay? So right now I'm in the frozen tundra, and I'm going to kind of go down some steps, some very basic steps, something that I've really grown to implement in my lifestyle, and it really has changed with helping me in bettering my performance and my physique and keeping me at a low body fat while being able to grow stronger, okay? So the first big tip of being a lean and mean badass, and I actually have a whiteboard right here, but I try to hang this shit up around, and it's just so, it's complicated with trying to get around all these garage regular things, you know, like ladders and brooms and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna read it from the board, but talk right to you guys. So make sure you got a pen, paper, write all this stuff down, right? Make love to it, whatever you gotta do, okay, to get it in that noggin. All right, so step one, okay, is to eliminate all unneeded calories. And what I mean by that is stop picking out on the Oreos, okay? Stop getting the handful of chocolate every night or getting your craving in or whatever that is. So eliminate all that stuff. All right, a big one that's a problem for people is alcohol, trying to eliminate alcohol. So with me, I probably drink maybe twice a month. Like if I go out and we're gonna, you know, just raise hell and go nuts, it's probably about twice a month. And you need to realize that any more than that, or the more that you do that kind of stuff, is the more that it's gonna, you know, keep you away from reaching those goals. Okay, so alcohol is really, it's damaging on the body, and it really it keeps you away from staying a lean and mean badass. Okay, so try to limit your drinking as much as possible. Another one is eliminate any energy drinks. Okay, like Monster, Red Bull, Kickstart, whatever you know, energy drinks you got going on. My big thing is if you can't pronounce the ingredients on the back of the can or back of the label, you don't want that in your body, all right? I just call them like Frankenfoods or Frankenchemicals, right? We don't want that kind of stuff in there. Even though it says 0 calories, right? It still has those chemicals that are affecting our body in a harmful way. So try to eliminate that as much as possible. Another big one is sugar, all right? And I mean, you know, adding sugar into things or cookies. It's okay to, you know, if you're having fruit or something like that, to have natural sugars. Like natural sugars, they're okay. And I'm not saying, no, like go overboard with the fruit, but I'm saying if you have fruit, you know, here and there, don't worry about that kind of stuff. But I'm more concerned with, you know, getting the sugars through your cookies, your Oreos, pounding, you know, juices and all that kind of stuff, or soda, all that garbage. Try to eliminate that as much as possible. And I can guarantee you, if you eliminate those things that I just talked about, you're going to notice a difference right away in your physique and in your diet, how you feel energy-wise. The next one is you got to train hard, right? If you're trying to maintain or build muscle, we have to be always training hard and kicking ass in the training and in the gym or wherever you're training. Make sure you're going 110% as hard as you can, okay? Because I believe that 100% of it is diet and 100% of it is training, all right? So one doesn't supersede the other. They work together in conjunction with one another to make you the strongest version of yourself. So make sure you're training hard. The other thing, this really helped me. I did a bodybuilding show when I was 18 years old. I went from 225 to, I think I did the show at 203, right? So I lost a significant amount of weight, and I did that in a 3-month time period. And the way that I did that was 1, through a carb rotation, which I'll talk about, and then 2, through walking and doing intense interval training. So high intensity interval training, or a Metcon, okay, if you guys know the CrossFit world. So implementing those into my training program. So I kept my training the same pretty much until probably a week before the show. The training was always the same. So keep your training the same, whatever you're doing. Okay, make sure you're just training hard. But what I do implement is walking. So I try to walk, if it's a good week, 4 times. If not, I try to get in 3 times. I do the walking for 35 to 45 minutes, depending on how I feel and what I'm doing that day, right? And the one big thing that it serves for is meditation. Really clears your head, and it's just something amazing for the body. So just go out and walk. Okay, and this is more of a faster paced walk. I like to do it if I'm on a treadmill or there's hills. I do it, you know, on a really high grade. So I'll probably go on the treadmill. I bump it up every 5 minutes. I go up a couple notches. So I always end, you know, probably at like a 12 to a 15 on a treadmill. So that's almost all the way up at like a 3.6 walking pace. So I'll do that, you know, 30 to 40 minutes. right? And I really use that for the meditation. The other thing too is it keeps my body in a fat burning zone, okay? So the whole time I'm doing that, I'm burning fat. And I love to do that on an empty stomach when I got nothing in my body. So if you think about it, you have a bank account, you're just throwing in negative calories into that bank account. So then when you go and eat, your body's already burned. It's pretty much like warming up that car. So you get in your car in the morning, you warm it up, get ready, and then you go. So when you get on that treadmill, you're warming your body up, your metabolism's already going. So by the time you have that first meal, your body's already trying to burn it out right away, okay? So that really helps keep me lean and mean. So I've been doing that a lot more. The same thing with Metcons, okay? If you can't get up early enough, right, you can either try to get the treadmill walking after the training session, or what I like to do is throw in finishers and Metcons. With my clients, we're always doing these things called finishers. So they're anywhere from 10 to 15 minute, pretty much high intensity interval training. We just kill those during the sessions, and what that does is that really helps boost that metabolism, metabolic rate, and really burn the calories. Okay, so I would suggest throwing in some strict cardio days into your program, all right? Or do the finishers at the end of your workouts to really help you burn the extra calories. Another thing is that carb rotation I was talking about, okay? So what I like to do is take my body and instead of burning off the carbohydrates as a source of energy, I want to burn my body fat. So I keep my body fat low, and then my carbs are used just for my workouts. So the way I do that is a carb rotation, which keeps my metabolism up really high. So if today was Monday, which it is, okay, I would do 200 grams today of carbs throughout the day. So I do that, monitor that through oatmeal, sweet potatoes, healthier carb. I don't try to do any white bread or anything like that. So I'll stay with sweet potatoes, oatmeal, and that's pretty much it when I'm being pretty serious about it. And I'll get in my 200 grams of carbs today. Then tomorrow, I bump it down to 100 grams a day. So then Tuesday will be 100 grams. So I have less carbs. Then on Wednesday, I only have 50 grams of carbs that day. And the first couple weeks is pretty rough, but then your body just gets used to it, and you realize that you actually sometimes have more energy than you think you would. Then, if I'm feeling really good and the energy's high, I'll do a fasting day, or an intermittent fasting. So I won't eat from the last meal, let's say Wednesday night, until Thursday night, where I won't eat anything up until Thursday night. And that's been really key with helping me drop a lot of weight and get down as quickly as possible. So give that a try if you can, intermittent fasting. If not, just start with that carb cycle. So once you're on your 50 day, if you don't do the intermittent fasting day, you just start back up at 200, 150, and you keep cycling that and see how it plays with about a month. Normally that's what I do. I say about a month time frame, and then just monitor the results, which it's awesome. And the other good thing too, it's a big help, is to not mix your fats and carbohydrates together. So when I wake up, if I'm going to train in the morning, I don't eat anything, I just go and train. After I train though, however, I do have my carbohydrates. So I'll get my bowl of oatmeal in or my sweet potato in after I train. Then I won't eat my carbs until probably about dinner time with dinner. Now, if I'm not going to work out until later at night, I'll have carbs in the morning for breakfast, and then I'll have carbs after I train. Those meals in between are either shakes or they're proteins, fats, and a ton of vegetables. So I'm not mixing them. It doesn't look like proteins, fats, carbohydrates, and vegetables. So what I'm trying to do is teach my body to use those fats and burn them rather than trying to store my body with carbohydrates. Because if I'm constantly storing my body with carbohydrates, if you want to get lean and lose weight, you're just going to end up burning the carbs. What we want to do is we want to get to that body fat and burn that up, okay, and use those carbs just as our workout fuel. Then, another huge tip that you guys should really implement is hydrating your body. At least a gallon of water a day. I drink 2 gallons of water a day, and it's something that just becomes habit. You know, if you're ever around me or if I'm in the place, I'm always just sipping on water. Right when I wake up, I have about 32 ounces of water, warm water with a little bit of lemon. And then from then on, just the whole day, I got a jug and I'm drinking the whole gallon. So if you got 98 cents, head out to the nearest grocery store, pick up a gallon so you can see and know that you drank a whole gallon throughout the day. And that's the big point of that is you got to keep the body hydrated. That really helps with flushing out all the toxins. When you're getting into your workouts, it's a lot better and more beneficial to make sure that the body is hydrated and the muscles are getting all the water and everything's circulating the way that it should be. Okay, so if you're not as hydrated, you're not going to have the greatest effect as possible on staying lean and mean. All right. My last big tip is just be a fucking boss. Got to be a boss. You got to have mental toughness with this. It's very easy to get wrapped up in the party life. It's very easy to get wrapped up with, you know, grabbing an Oreo or grabbing a cookie and saying that you deserve this, when in reality you don't. And I'm big with cheat meals. I always follow the 80-20 principle. So if you're on point for 80% of the time, okay, 20% you can devote to your cheat meals. So I have people who I say, make a calendar. Write down all those meals you're gonna have during the week. Check them off, right? And then you can calculate how many meals you have, and then what 20% of that would be, and then those are the amount of meals you can have your cheat meal on. So then what I tell my clients to do is if you were fine all week, all Monday through Friday, and you kicked ass, and you earned a cheat meal, write on the calendar where you want to go, where you want to go to eat, you know, what you want to do, what you want to drink, blah, blah, blah. That's fine, you earned it. But I think a lot of people these days make excuses and think that they've earned these cheat meals when they really haven't. And then what's happened is we plateau or we go down. And what we want to do is constantly be going up and up and up, just like a staircase, okay? So really try to implement those tips. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you write everything down. I know it's a lot of information. It makes more sense to me. So what I'm offering, guys, is to email me at zatstrength@gmail.com. Okay, make sure that you email me with any questions pertaining to diet or for training. You can also check out the Instagram at zatstrength, where you can see a lot of videos of tips and tricks in training, doing different workouts, all sorts of stuff. I always throw out a tip of the day, but this is about you guys. So keep kicking ass in life and in the training room. Remember, you're training for life. All right, and I'm trying to help you guys out as much as possible. So this video is if you're trying to be a lean and mean badass, baby. Throw them up, get huge. Peace.